Hey everybody, it's Boardman21 and today's build is going to be the Druid Totem Poison build with Maestrolm Dodge. And what we're going to be running is a bunch of stacks of Maestrolm to give you a bunch of dodge. It'll also be healing you. We'll have Ice Thorns and also Avalanche. All three of those will be on auto cast, so the only thing that you have to worry about is running away from mobs and casting Tempest Strike whenever you can. On top of that, this damage does very high minion poison damage. It's going to be a direct build off of our earlier video of the Shaman minion poison totem build. And basically what we did was we switched over to the Druid Mastery to take advantage of the 125% increased armor protections whenever we do a critical strike, and then we also have a solo companion going, and this increased our survivability like fivefold, so we can push much higher in the arena. We'll probably go 200 or 300 waves easily. We also have about 30 to 40% dodge. The gear is still not maxed, although it's much better than our Shaman build. We do have it almost maxed. I'd say it's at about 80 to 90% min-maxed. On top of that, on our two-handed staff, we changed up the skills a little bit. Now that we're running a two-hander, we can actually cast Ice Thorns for free. That saved us some mana. We probably don't need mana regen on the weapon. I think we also have another suffix that we don't need. We could have went with 2 protections, and on a two-hander that's a lot of protections that we're missing out on, but we're still running about 80% damage reduction through protections at all times. And with that, let's go ahead and get into the skills, and then I'll give you some gameplay. For skills, we're going to be running Maestrolm, Ice Thorns, Summon Thorn Totem, Avalanche, and Tempest Strike. For Maestrolm, we're using this for dodge, for healing, and for a little bit of damage. So we've got 3 points in stack duration. We've got 3 points in Sleet-Footed for that 45 dodge per stack. We've got 4 points in Calm for the mana efficiency, 2 points in Arctic Blast, and 1 point for Sudden Gale to make it an insta-cast. We also have 2 points in Turmoil for the area increase, 2 points in Arctic Chill to have a chance to chill all enemies per second, and then 3 points in Healing Winds so that per stack you're getting 6 health healed per second, and that is boosted by your healing effectiveness. We run about 6 to 7 stacks at all times, so minimum you're getting 36 to 42 health per second healed. For Ice Thorns, with Ice Thorns we're using it to cast as much as possible and also for defense. So we have 3 points in Enigma Affiliate, 1 point in Thorn Shield, 1 point in Second Nature to turn it into an insta-cast, 6 points in Floric Tides for that maximum cooldown recovery so that you can cast it every second, 4 points in Bulb Shield for a 40% chance to recast, so you're technically casting 1.4 of them a second, 2 points in Bark Shield, and 2 points in Eternal Protection. We also have 1 point in Emblem of Might, which makes this a free skill since we are using a two-handed weapon. For Thorn Totem, we're using it for the maximum amount summoned. It's also our main damage dealer with all of its poison tags. So we have 3 points in Forested Expanse, 3 points in Internal Forest, 1 point in Groove Mind, 2 points in Memories of Edera, 5 points in Venom Tipped Thorns for that 100% poison chance, 2 points in Lasting Affliction for the poison duration, and 4 points in Rotten Core, so every time we proc it and the previous 5 disappear, there's a 100% chance for each of them to make a poison cloud. For Avalanche, we're running it as a cast and forget with maximum frequency. We got 1 point in Mountain Peak, 1 point in Precision, 1 point in Wild Path, 4 points in Unyielding Storm, 1 point in Hailstorm, 4 points in Naturally Occurring, 1 point in Explosive Impact, 3 points in Intensity, and 4 points in Stormfront for that 20% boulder frequency. For Tempest Strike, we're using this for the maximum chance to proc Earth Spikes so that we have the maximum chance to proc Thorn Totem. So for that we have 2 points in Elemental Imbuement with 4 points in Empowerment for a 12% extra chance of Earth Spikes, 4 points in Reinforced Stone for 20% chance on Earth Spikes, 1 point on Thirsty Blades, 1 point in Charge Stone, and 1 point in Deadwind for another 8% chance on Earth Spikes, 1 point on Earthquake, 1 point in Hailstorm, and 1 point in Grounded for another 8% on Earth Spikes, and 4 points in Earth's Aid for that 60% chance when you do proc Earth Spikes that you can proc Thorn Totem. For items, we did end up finding a 4th idol for % chance on hit to summon Thorn Totem, so we have 4 of those. We also have, if you can get it as a secondary affix, to have cold damage per active totem so that your Avalanche and Ice Thorns will do much more damage. For items, we're running the set elemental set, and then we have vitality and protections on basically everything. We do have some health regen going. I'm just going to hover over each item really quick so that if you'd like to see what's on them, you can pause the video and look at the 4 affixes. On the chest piece, we did not go with flat health regen. We ended up going with a percentage of dodge increase, and we would actually like a little bit more dodge because even with our 7 stacks, we're only running about 33%, I believe. In fact, I will go ahead and we'll run it up real quick so that we can check. You can see our armor and protections are sitting pretty decent around 2k. Remember, we do get 125% more when we do a critical strike, and then when we summon our Sabertooth, we get 50% more for that. So just having him, we're at about 2500, and then you can see, yeah, we're sitting at about 27 to 32% dodge. If you'd like, on say the amulet, instead of the minion health, you could put dodge % increase. Same with the belt, instead of the armor, you could get rid of both the prefix and suffix of armor and put more dodge on that, and you could get to 50% relatively easily, and we'll probably go for that after this arena push. For passives, we got 20 points in the Primalist base class, 1 point in natural attunement, 6 points in wisdom of the wild, 8 points in primal strength, and 4 points in survival of the pack. 0 points in Beastmaster. We do have a minimum of 20 points to unlock Avalanche, but we have 25 points in the Shaman. I believe that actually caps on 25. I believe we have 28 points. We have 8 points in Rejuvenation Totem, 8 points in Shamanic Infusion, 4 points in Teutonic Fury, 8 points in Silent Protector. 8, 12, 20, 28, yeah, we have 28 points. And then 66 points in Druid. We got 6 points in Blood Claws, 10 points in Bark Skin, 8 points in Soul's Attendant. We went for something new and we put 5 points in Spirit Barb. Since we're actually casting so many spells, we have Maestrolm going every 2 seconds, Ice Thorns going every second, Avalanche going every 10 seconds. There's a 15% chance every time we cast one of those to summon a Veil Spirit, and we usually have between 3 and 10 of those, and those count as minions, and so they're hitting and they have a chance to do some poison. On top of that, we have minion damage over time, so it was just an extra little boost of damage. It doesn't really give you much, but it's a cool effect to see the beams shooting across the screen. We also have 5 points in Strength and Bond for that solo companion to give us the 50% increased armor and protections. 5 points in Deep Roots for some health gen, 8 points in Wood War. This is what gives us some vitality, gives us some poison chance, and then gives the minions some more poison chance. That's for the Thorn Totems and for the Veil Spirits and for the Sabertooth. We then have 9 points in Ferocity for some global critical strike chance, 5 points in Defense of the Heart for that 125% increased armor and protections we talked about, and 5 points in Soothing, so every time we do a crit, we have 5 health gain, and this also gives us some healing effectiveness so that the Maestrolm is healing us slightly better. With that, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some gameplay.